Hi, my name is Koshkarian. I'm a cardiologist here at Pima Heart and Vascular, and I've been here for a little over 3 years practicing in general cardiology, but I'm also involved in research here. I'm one of the principal investigators. I've been involved with research probably for about 30 years. A lot of people ask what is beneficial for patients who participate in research programs. First and foremost, they are potentially getting either medications or devices that they wouldn't otherwise have access to because they haven't yet been approved and they're only available through a research program. In addition, they are furthering the knowledge of their disease condition, and that has benefits for them down the road, and it helps other people like themselves. And finally, being part of a research program usually means that a person is getting a lot more in-depth care because our research coordinators are very conscientious about taking care of the people that are in research trials. The visits are more frequent, and so there is that particular benefit. In fact, they have found when they've done research that patients who are in research trials, even when they get placebo, have better outcomes than patients who are not in research programs. So that's definitely a benefit. So I think this would be a good segue now to introduce you to a couple of our research coordinators. Bart and Aleksander have been kind enough to donate their time to talking a little bit about our research program. So from your perspective, what do you think are the things that are beneficial to patients who are part of a research trial?
A lot of these sponsor-led trials seek out these top physicians. So I think the access to top medical professionals would be something that's really beneficial for these patients. Something else that I think would be pretty good too, the access to be able to provide new solutions to new problems that we always kind of encounter along in medicine.
The thing that I like the most is the fact that patients are able to get medications that they would not be able to afford, whether it's a medication or a device that we would be implanting. Like you said, even if they get a placebo, being under extra medical care definitely provides a big benefit to the patients.
Why don't you share a little bit about what you particularly enjoy about doing research at Pima Heart and Vascular, maybe some things that have stood out to you as very rewarding. Bart, why don't you start?
There's a patient that was able to get a medication for hyperlipidemia that is actually very, very expensive. Mm-hmm. And through the trial, she's actually able to get that medication free of cost. And she gets extra follow-up along with that.
Excellent. Wonderful. Aleksander, any particular things that stand out to you as something very rewarding?
Well, I would say the thing that I'm most proud of is being able to really bring these new therapies to an underserved minority patient population that we exhibit here in Southern Arizona.
Tell us a few of the conditions that we treat, just to give our audience a little bit of an idea of what we do.
Some of the main ones that we treat are hyperlipidemia, so we have some medications for that, and then we also have some device trials for congestive heart failure.
We also have medications for obesity that we're looking at to help reduce any sort of future cardiac events. We also look at dialysis access revascularization, as well as artificial vein valves for peripheral vascular disease as well.
So a lot of patients want to know, what is the safety of being in a research trial? How is that overseen and regulated? Bart?
Everything that we do is always guided by the IRB, the Investigational Review Board, and then also ultimately by the FDA.
How can people become involved? So if you're a patient and you hear about a trial that we're involved in, or just have a condition or wondering if we have a trial that treats that condition, what's the way that a person would get involved with that?
I think the best thing is we just revamped our website to kind of really encompass a lot of our currently enrolling open trials at the moment. We have a phone number for the research office that they're able to contact, and they pretty much have access to us at all times to give anybody information with whatever they're looking for.
Bart, what about referring physicians? How would they find out about potential trials that their patients might be able to get involved with?
Well, they can always contact our clinical research office. The number's on the screen. Or they could always call one of our cardiologists directly.
And for any patients or physicians or anybody who is interested in learning more about research, you can go to our practice website, which is pimaheartandvascular.com. And there's other information you can also obtain on that website.